Alright, guys. Let me apologize about that. You guys know by now what I'm working with. Okay, but where I was I was speaking of Michelle Alexander, the author of The New Jim Crow. And what was going on was that she kept passing by flyers that grassroots individuals were posting to the polls of New York City, warning, bringing awareness to the people that there was a war being waged against them via crack cocaine, and that they were being sentenced accordingly to the changing of laws. That's what it's all about, changing of laws, okay, to incarcerate and to strategically distract. There's always a distraction from the bigger picture. Okay, so she finally decided to take one of those posters down and to look deeper into this issue that she found to be a bit ridiculous. Because that's all. I mean, she's a civil rights lawyer. This can't be possibly happening on her watch, and she not know. But she discovered that they developed a backdoor for peonage, slavery by another name. And this is a time where there are more slaves than ever before. This is the largest slave trade ever in the history of America, and possibly anywhere else, because America incarcerates more people than any country in the world. Yeah, it's a pathology. So now, what you do, understand that you were part of the think tank, if I'm not mistaken, and they were trying to teach you the real of it all. But one thing that I have learned is that everybody has their journey. And a lot of times when we journey alone, to, with that ego, like, for example, we present ourselves to the rest of the country, that is ego. Big time. Wait a minute. As a symbol of inspiration, you small group of people that are actually funded or directed by the police are going to present yourselves to the rest of the country as a symbol of inspiration and determination to address the growing culture of violence in our country? They're not that big. So, the id, the ego, hubris, it's a great teacher, because what happens is that pedestal, they chop the legs off when they're done with you. And that's a fact. It feels good, to be the forerunner, to have young people to be impressed. As I stated, young people are very impressionable, with you, and that's great. I'm impressed with you because you're doing something. The agenda is not yours. You think that it is, but the agenda has nothing to do with you. It has to do with redirecting grassroots individuals, placing grassroots individuals in a particular type of light, as to be militant, radicals, or whatever. But what happened is that we grew up, and most importantly, it is imperative that you read and educate